It looks like, I mean, no pun intended, but absolutely intended. It looks like the Stormy Daniels case is a bust in some ways. I mean, it's a New York jury, but I don't know if you saw what Bill Maher said over the weekend about how the prosecutors have blown it at every. I hate to use it. They've screwed it. They haven't done their job very well. And Michael Cohen took the stand yesterday, right?
Yes. Yeah. And
today. He's
CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, NBC seem to take everything he says as if it's gospel truth.
He was lying before, but now he's not lying.
Now it's all
now
true.
He's telling the truth.
Right. Now he's Honest Abe.
I saw that. He was splitting rails on the way to the courthouse.
Yes.
It was weird. And returning a penny.
Yes. He'd walk 5 miles to return a penny. I mean, it's really amazing. Yeah. Stormy Daniels had no credibility. This guy has no credibility. And I think, Trump's lawyers have done a decent job showing that. But they're still getting bludgeoned. I mean, it's still New York, and they've got all of the media on their side. So I don't know. Who knows how this is going to go? But if he gets past this one unscathed, then I think it's smooth sailing for maybe the next 4 years. It'll be a while. It is
absolutely amazing. They started with, he's got 9,874 billion charges against him. and he's skating past them all.
Yeah.
They're just all falling apart. I mean,
they're all at least getting delayed until after the election, which is really the only important thing at this point. I mean,
right.
He can worry about his the other stuff later on, and he probably will have to worry about it later on.
All of these, if he lost the election, every single one of these things would just go away.
It's probably
just go away.
I think if he were not to have, if he had decided, you know what, I'm not going to run, I'm done with this nonsense, I don't think any of these charges even occur.
No.
It's so obviously about this particular election. And, they waited so long for most of this stuff to be filed and for them to even go after it because they waited for him to announce he was running. And once they announced he was running, they scampered as quickly as they could to put this stuff together. And it's all shoddy. It's pathetic. I mean, most of these charges against him were charges that they had previously themselves, in this case, decided not to pursue. They're tying it to other crimes that he's not even been charged with, and they won't even identify in the middle of the trial. And Michael Cohen is probably the most ridiculous example of this, and we said this at the very beginning with Michael Cohen. This is back when he was still an ally of Donald Trump. There is no reason to ever believe anything that comes out of Michael Cohen's mouth.
Nope.
He says whatever he has to at any given moment to benefit himself.
Yeah.
What's really amazing is at least we're consistent. Mm-hmm. We didn't believe him when he was saying good things about Donald Trump.
Right.
We don't believe him when he's saying bad things about Donald Trump. He has no credibility.
Yeah. I mean, he has gone on every single side of this. He, of course, at the beginning was saying how wonderful Donald Trump was and how perfect he was, and he was the greatest president of all time, and blah, 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 blah. Just, stuff that's typical over-the-top praise. But I think a lot of people missed this. But once they had their falling out, he turned into like a resistance guy. With the same absurd persona where he was like, this guy who's an Oompa Loompa, and I'm going to run against him as a Democrat, and I'm serious. Like, this guy went completely insane, beyond Keith Olbermann levels of opposition to Trump. And then when this whole buildup came up to this, people in the media rightly noted that persona of, he's an Oompa Loompa is not going to work on the stand. So now he's reworked his persona again and is now on the stand with this very calm, measured tone of a man just trying to get to the truth.
He was very hurt.
He was very hurt, and his ego has been bruised, and his family, and blah blah blah. How can anyone believe this? He was just on TikTok like 3 months ago as a completely different human being.
Yeah.
You know what? Can we get a cut of those for tomorrow? Let's make a compilation of how insane he went.
Yeah, for sure. We can do that. Yeah, because there's plenty of stuff to choose from.
And, CNN's accepting everything as if it came out of the Bible. They're talking about this bomb he dropped in court that Donald Trump didn't care if Melania was upset about his affair with Stormy Daniels because he wouldn't be on the market for very long.
I don't believe that.
Now you buy that? They certainly do. CNN's all over it. MSNBC's all over it.
I've always thought Donald Trump was a guy who was like, "Hey, baby," and maybe he is. I don't know. But with Melania, I think he really respects her. I really do. I think it bothers him when people don't show her the respect that she deserves, and I think she's no dummy. She is absolutely no dummy.
No, she's not.
No, but it's, I mean, look, I hope their relationship thrives. It's got nothing to do with this case. Got nothing to do with it. It's got absolutely nothing to do with what we're supposed to be talking about. Like their relationship is between them, right? This is a case about business records. This is a case about business. It has nothing to do with whether Donald Trump cares about his wife or not.
Nope.
It's got nothing to do with that.
But
that might be important to us or it might be important to them. It's got nothing to do with this case, and they just keep pushing it down this road.
But that's what because he has such problems with suburban women. That's why they're doing this. It has nothing to do with the actual case of money. I'm guessing the New York jury is going to find him guilty no matter what it was. But they're making this so salacious because they're hurting him with women. They're trying to make him look into just an absolute pig, so they hurt him even more with women. This is all political. It is. We are living in the former Soviet Union in many ways. When it comes to the media and our court system on Donald Trump, that's exactly what's happening.
Do you think, Glenn, there's a snapback effect to this if he is able to somehow get through these charges and not get convicted by a New York jury?
How do you mean a snapback?
Like, we've been talking for a long time, at least the media has, about how if he's convicted of a felony, there's a certain percentage of people who will not vote for him. And that is just shows up in polls. I don't know that you can take it seriously, honestly. I don't think people correctly predict their emotions in a moment like that. But take it for what it's worth. That is what everyone's been saying. And, the idea here, obviously, is to hurt Donald Trump with all these charges, make him look like a felon, make him look like this terrible criminal. If now, after being told there's 11 billion charges coming his way, if they can't get one conviction before this election, does this snap back against them and turn into a massive positive for Donald Trump electorally?
I don't think so. If they find him not guilty on this, then I think there might be. It's interesting to me, more than a snapback. It's interesting to me you're not hearing, at least I'm not hearing, maybe they're saying it, but I don't listen to them, so what do I know? I haven't heard a big movement on how he has conned the courts. He's done all kinds of illegal or unethical maneuvers to get things delayed. I haven't heard that. I think people just know this isn't working. This is all a sham. And it's not working for them, and it'll just be neutral. It just won't matter.
We went through some of the numbers yesterday, and it certainly looks like, at least in the swing states, this is working in his favor right now. It seems like he's gaining sympathy.
I heard this morning that they say he fell asleep during the court, and he said he didn't. I think he should have said yes. What? There's nothing happening here. I took a nap.
I mean, it pushes, I think, against his Sleepy Joe criticism, which is why supposedly he likes the idea that he's the high energy guy and everything, which we all know, and I think it's true. But I would be bored out of my mind in something. Like this.
That's what I mean, though. He is high energy. He's been attentive on all of this stuff. I think he could have used that as, do you know what's going on? There is nothing. I don't have to worry about it. I was a little tired because I was out, campaigning, and I was doing this, and I had nothing else to do. I could have made origami, but I decided just to take a nap.
I think that would be a smart move right now because Biden's trying to use the falling asleep in court thing against him. And
Biden is
the worst. He's calling him Sleepy Dawn now.
Oh, that's so clever,
isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh my.
Yeah, because see, Donald has called him Sleepy Joe, so he's done it back.
Oh my goodness!
Can you believe it?
That's
How creative and clever!